I'm watching my dad out with a dog. I wanted to do a little bit of a follow-up on these Altura ND filters that I got for my camera, and also cover some things for those of you that film videos using digital SLRs for YouTube or whatever, any kind of production or just for fun. I use a Canon SL1 and a Canon T5i a lot for my videos, and some of the stuff that I run into, especially outdoors, is overexposure and still trying to use like a low f-stop so you can get more of a blurry background. But the lower your f-stop, the more light the camera lets in, and then things get overexposed, especially with cheaper cameras. So these ND filters are a huge deal. They help a lot doing that outdoor stuff. And these are the Altura ND filters that I bought on Amazon. I have a video on just talking about them in general and doing some video or photo and video comparison. I'll put a link down for that video below if you're interested. And they cost like less than 15 bucks from Amazon with a little bit of shipping. And so these are a great addition to your SLR setup, especially, you know, if you're on a budget. The only downfall, there's a few things about these that I don't like, is one, they're cheap. They're cheaper, and so like if you can hear it, you can hear the lens just rattling inside the aluminum frame that screws into your lens, and you can't tighten it up or anything like that. And the other thing too is that this is a plastic lens and it's polycarbonate of some sort. It's highly static. It gets a high amount of static cling, and just dust and hair just sticks to it, and it's a huge pain in the butt. And so like the only way I figured out a way to clean this, especially when like the weather's like really helping static, is to you gotta breathe on it and immediately wipe it, and do that on both sides, and then try not to touch anything and get it on your camera as soon as possible. Using a lint free or a lens rag is the best way to do it, and that'll keep the static and the dust and particles attaching to it. The other thing too that I've noticed is with the cheaper lenses, in some instances, especially with white and things like that, you get a blue tinge to your film or photo or video, and it's easy to get out with color correction, or at least make it not as noticeable. Most people don't even notice it even without color correction, but that's another thing with cheaper lenses. They have a little bit more vignetting and a little bit more discoloration, or even noise, from what people would maybe state there's noise in the image. The other thing too is like I have a Tiffin. This is a Tiffin 9. This is a great, like very it's very expensive ND filter. I use this a lot for most of my heavy duty work that I'm doing. It's glass. It's extremely heavy. This is an ND8, and like this thing is twice the weight as this Altura, and it's just the Tiffin is going to be a lot better. It doesn't have as much static cling. The other thing too is since it's glass, it's less prone to get scratched, and that's another thing that's really kind of a downfall with these plastics lenses, is that they get scratched extremely easy. So you want to basically keep them in this case, and I even keep the little plastic sleeves that they come shipped in, and I put them right back in those plastic sleeves before I put them in the case, and it makes it a lot easier. So that's really all I really wanted to talk about, is the ND filters helping with overexposure while you're filming outdoors. If you have any questions about that, just contact me. The other thing too is don't be afraid to get filters for your camera. They're one of the best ways to correct issues with a lens, so you don't have to go spend out a ton of money for a lens because you think that's going to make the image better. A filter can make a big deal. You deal with a lot of glare, a polarizing filter will work with that really well. Overexposure, an ND filter. And then there's also a few other filters out there that can help with skin complexion and stuff like that. I normally don't really use that, because if you were doing a production where you need skin complexion, just do makeup. Have a makeup person help you. It's easy. So that's really all I wanted to talk about. I thought you guys might find that stuff interesting. So that's really it. You guys take care. Be safe. Let me know if you ever have any questions about YouTube videos or need any assistance. Check out my YouTube tips and tricks playlist. There's a lot of information in there, especially with using microphones on YouTube. I think one of the best things about a video is the audio. You can have some fairly decent or mediocre video, but if your audio is 10 times better than that, it just makes the video twice as better. People don't even notice how the video works. So check that stuff out, you guys, and let me know what you think.